now, fellas.
Hello, I'm Matt Bergman, and you're listening to the Punk Rock Libertarians podcast. What is this, Kyle? Episode 257. Is it 257, Jerry?
257.
257. Yeah. Hell yeah. And I'm here tonight with Jared Schneiderman.
What up?
Philip Dassing.
What's going on?
We got Kyle Wagner.
Hey, guys.
And we have a newcomer, Jake McCauley.
What's going on?
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, it's great to finally have you on. I mean, you and Kyle, you met at a gas station.
Gas station bathroom?
Yeah, like one night before we did the podcast. And there's this like
back when Kyle
infamous
was a hot
photo.
wizard.
There's this infamous photo, right? And that was after everybody was cleaned off.
Yeah, I mean, Jake, I started on Facebook in politics in a group called ANCAP versus ANCOM, and Jake was well known in that group, and and it was cool to like meet him for the first time, and I was like, I saw this guy in an Anarchy t-shirt, and I knew Jake lived in Baltimore.
Instant boner.
And then I recognized him, and I was like, "Hey, are you Jake?" And he was. So it was like, we took a selfie together, and I made this really cheesy post. And I thought I just made it in ANCAP versus ANCOM, but I must have made it in my group as well. And it gets bumped periodically,
Yeah.
Don't lie. We dropped our suitcases, ran towards each other, and shared a passionate kiss right there at the gas station.
Oh, wow.
Hey, look, man.
Really, Kyle?
Yeah. From the picture, it looked like there was some action we missed.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but anyway, yeah, it was Jake had been like a prominent figure in these online debates. He was known for saying super controversial things. I think some of which he he's kind of swept under the rug or regrets saying, because he used to just sort of try to say things that would like get a reaction. He was like 18.
No, I still do. I'm just
Okay, so where is Jake McCauley on a scale of 1 to Arvin Vora?
He's well beyond wherever Arvin is. Yeah.
So further than Arvin Vora. Wow.
Yeah. Jake,
So like 2-year-olds now?
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that was horrible.
Burn.
Just kidding.
But anyways, at the podcast, I don't know. I think most of us love Arvin Vora. Kyle, do you love Arvin Vora?
I do not, but I mean,
Wow. Do you hate Arvin Vora?
I don't hate him.
Are you just ambivalent or agnostic?
I guess as like a human being or a person, like I mean,
How nice of you.
I don't mind talking to him and listening to him.
Would you put him in the gulag?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's good.
I don't know, but like, yeah, we have a lot of political disagreements. Like Jake and I have a lot of disagreements. So I don't know. Arvin's another guy that he's tried to incite controversy and tried to incite agitation with people, and he's made a lot of enemies.
He's not only tried, but very much succeeded.
Yeah, he's
very
been,
well.
He's been pretty successful. I stopped. I'm still friends with him on Facebook, or I didn't unfriend him, but
you unfollowed him like a little bitch.
I didn't even unfollow him. he's not in like my C first, so I don't see very
top
many.
10?
Yeah,
Like
like
MySpace?
you can put like your top 20. You can
Top 8.
you can put stars, and
yeah.
it'll always show you those people's posts.
Yeah.
And eventually, I was just like, I don't want to see more Arvin stuff. I used to enjoy seeing it because it was an opportunity to argue with him, but
You got tired of that.
I was just like, whatever.
All right,
I don't
I got a comment. I was told by the great Vinnie Marshall. He wants to know. He said, ask him about the sandwich and the ramen. He said that may be proof that Kyle is right. I don't know what that means.
What does that mean?
That's about me.
It's very cryptic.
So a few days ago, I've been doing keto, but a few days ago, I was still off my diet because me and
Dude,
Rachel
your keto's
did it.
Dude, is this the video I'm talking about where like you made a bologna sandwich?
I made a
Looks
bologna
like you're off your
sandwich.
fucking meds,
It
dude.
was just an instructional of how to make a bologna sandwich. You get the bread, the mayonnaise, a slice of cheese, and a pack of bologna.
Yeah, I saw that. You like squirted on the man glaze, and then you threw on like one slice of cheese, moderate amount of cheese, and then you took like the whole fucking pack of bologna, put it on the sandwich, took a bite out of it.
I did eat the rest. I just didn't
I
feel the
know.
need to make
And then
everyone watch
like
that.
later on, you posted a picture on Facebook where you'd like eaten over half of it. So
How many pieces of bologna were in that package?
When I buy a pack of bologna, I don't sit and get one bologna, two bologna.
no, but it probably says a
know.
number.
You
Or,
see me open it there, so it was.
it probably says like 69 bologna on the front, right?
I don't think that. It's probably closer to like 20 or 25.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just a lot of fucking bologna on
That
a sandwich.
is my record, but I'm gonna beat it.
Oh, so are you gonna go with the next size of bologna next time?
Or I'll 2 packs.
Oh wow.
Now,
Yeah.
does your bologna
Wow.
have a first name?
Yeah, it was Oscar Mayer,
Come on,
wasn't it?
someone laugh. Please laugh.
Good try, Phil. So you don't always make them like that? That was just for the video, or do you? Is that? I just assumed that was how you normally make a bologna sandwich.
That was my
Wow.
first time doing that. Definitely not my last.
Damn, I haven't had a bologna
Okay.
sandwich in like a decade.
And the
know.
ramen thing, I like to get creative with the ramen. I don't think this is that bad. I like to put mayonnaise and like coffee creamer, like French vanilla coffee creamer, in my ramen. I do pretty much the same thing
Mayonnaise
with
in
like
your
mac and
ramen?
cheese. Yeah, put mayonnaise in your ramen. Try
Like-
it. It's outstanding.
I've never heard of
I'm
that.
not that big on mayo, so I probably won't try that. But
Dude,
okay.
we chronicled this last week.
Did we talk about mayo?
I think
How
so.
white are
Wait,
we?
was that on the after hours? I was so fucking drunk on the after hours.
This really is a white supremacist podcast.
I
I actually have had mayonnaise that was too spicy for me.
Wow.
Wow. This might be the whitest thing said on this podcast.
Spicy mayo. Was it in a sushi roll?
I don't eat sushi.
Oh shit, dude.
But so why is Hope? She said pussy.
Because I said pussy, I think.
Oh.
Because I called someone a pussy.
Oh,
I've
okay.
already forgotten. I think it was Kyle.
I was like, why is she calling us pussies? I don't. Anyway,
I think she just
Um,
likes how it looks.
So you just got back from Anarchapulco,
Yes.
right?
Anarchapulco.
Was that
Anarchapulco. Did you say Anarchapulco?
That's like
Like
the
polka music?
that's the
I get
sister
it.
gathering.
It
that
has
the
so many
ball?
vowels in it. It's a
Is that
tricky
is that
word.
the gala?
Okay, so Anarchapulco is a gathering. It's a
Anarchapulco.
gathering of anarchists put on by Jeff Berwick every year in Acapulco.
Yeah.
Yeah, was this your first year going?
No, this was my 3rd time.
So
First year was 2017. I actually got a scholarship to that one.
okay, so like rumor has it, like we heard, like supposedly Jeff Berwick got punched in the face.
I was standing right there when that happened. Yes.
Okay,
he
so
did.
Was
can
it
you
your
can you
fist?
tell us what happened?
So I was standing right there. A lot of it I was looking elsewhere. I was just preoccupied. I was getting ready to perform. But Jeff Berwick and a guy named Quinn, can't remember his last name, but this dude named Quinn with a braided beard and stuff. It was mutual combat from what it seemed to me. They had agreed to fight. There's video of this. They were like squaring up. And at one point, Quinn plucks Jeff, and I think Jeff was bleeding. I see the security there. I don't know if it was Jeff's personal bodyguards or just like the club security. This was at a club, not at the hotel.
Wait, he
'cause,
has
for
personal
the concert.
bodyguards?
I don't think it was. It could have been. But security of some sort was holding down Quinn. And then it looked like Quinn got escorted out of the building. This is what I saw.
Who is Quinn?
Quinn is the guy that Jeff was fighting with. Quinn was kind of trying to fight with everybody there, by the way. This wasn't just...
Who is he? Like generally, like what's his
It's strictly things I've heard.
Uh-huh.
I haven't investigated Quinn.
Okay.
At one point, I did sit down at a table he kept coming to, like, for a few hours, so I got to know
Was
him
he
to some
just
degree.
drunk trying to start fights, or?
There is a lot of that, I think, yeah. But he was kind of just randomly walking up and hitting people.
That's
Like, at one point,
fucked
I'm
up.
sitting at a table, and there's this German feller, and Quinn comes
Feller.
up and just punches him in the back out of nowhere.
Jesus.
Uh,
So Berg was defending everybody's honor. Is that what I'm hearing?
no. This was early on in the conference that the Jeff and Quinn fight happened. Jeff still went on and performed. We did a rap song together.
wait, that was him rapping with you?
Yeah.
I saw the rap, man. It was actually
What-
pretty.
which one? Which one?
I don't
'Cause
know.
there was a few raps.
I saw you rapping.
I rapped at the turtle party. That's
I-
where I
it
was
was on the-
rapping
it
my
was-
own stuff that I came up with.
I was
so
gonna say it
didn't
was on the
screw it up.
beach, and it sounded like you knew what you were saying. And
Yeah, that one, because that was my own. I was asked at the concert to sub in for Joe Murray. You know the "Fuck Government" song? That
I am not
that
aware.
Jeff, there's this music video, and Jeff is in it. Rap video called "Fuck Government," and Joe Murray is part of it. But Joe Murray wasn't there at Anarchapulco, so I was asked to sub in for him, kind of at the last second, and really quickly like try to memorize his lyrics, which I got them down, and then I got on and to perform them, and totally forgot like halfway through. But everyone else on the stage knew him and was backing me up, doing them in my stead. But yeah, Jeff was up there doing it right after he'd just been slugging it out with this dude.
I got another question. Dude, you're popular. We got another question. So Hope, she said she wasn't calling us a pussy. She was just responding to Kyle, I guess. But anyway, she said, ask Jake about him selling his name or selling his meme. Sorry. Selling his memes.
This was an idea I had
Yeah.
today. So I like to debate a lot. And sometimes I get paid to debate. I have monetized this. People, friends of mine and stuff, will pay me to go onto their page and like argue with socialists or whatever for them. Either they just don't have time, or they like how I do it, or whatever. So I figured out today another potential way to monetize this. So in the course of debating, I like to use memes. I make memes and I save memes that others create, and I've found it much more efficient to create piles, like folders for my memes. Like I've got a whole folder of like probably 180 memes or so just for taxation being theft. I've got another one about the police and, just different stuff I argue about all the time.
Smart.
I have meme folders for. And I decided today, hey, what if I advertise that if you send me money, I will send you a meme folder so you can just have this yourself
Yeah, it's
on
already
deck.
pre-organized. Yeah.
Yeah, I have it organized. It's like
What are you
230
charging?
memes about gun rights.
So how
What are
did
you charging
count
for
that?
230
So the price
memes?
for this is it's 50 cents a meme, but if you share the post, I discount it 40%, bring that down to 30 cents a meme. You do not want to miss these savings. Limited time only.
And how many memes are generally in this package that you're selling?
Well, it depends which one. I think, let's see, the one about gun rights, there's like 230 memes in there. I think I have like 180 or
So what
might
would
be
that
220 memes about the
200 at
police.
60 cents a pop. What is
It's
that?
a total between all of the folders. It's like 1,580 memes, something like that.
Yeah, like how much would you be charging for like if somebody wanted to buy like all your folders?
I think I calculate all of them. Well, let's see. I actually calculated that.
Come on,
earlier.
Kyle, you're the
Totally forgot.
accountant. Where are we at, dude?
Let's see. To buy all of them with the discount would be just $475.
That ain't.
I mean-
that ain't bad.
Well, doesn't it seem like if you wanted to sell more, you might want to lower your price?
Well, that's if you wanted to buy all of them. He's saying.
But I'm just saying if you
I don't
wanted
expect
if you
for
wanted
people to be buying all of them. Usually, there's a subject somebody's interested in. I would think they'd go for that.
Have you gotten a lot of customers so far?
No,
What?
not a lot.
Well, just
Yeah, Hope says everyone does that.
yeah.
What do you mean everyone does
I
that?
don't know. That's what she said. She goes,
Oh, everyone, like,
does
makes,
this."
like-
Yeah.
yeah, like I've got a meme folder. It's not quite as extensive, but I've got a meme folder.
She said, "What if you were selling memes that she made?" Oh, this is getting aggressive now.
Uh
I
oh.
think that's a threat.
It's
Well,
a
you're not
very
really-
convenient tool.
You're not really selling. It's not as though you're selling them like you own the IP on
No,
them.
I
or
don't
something.
even believe in IP. I'm
Right.
selling you
You're
the
s- the
convenience of having a
convenience, yeah.
folder where here they are.
Right.
Here, whenever you debate with
They're
communists,
paying
here
for
you
the
go.
curation and the fact that it's in a nice zip
Yes,
folder that they
yes.
can just
I don't
unzip
claim
on
to
their
own
desk.
these memes.
Right.
Some of them I did make, but I don't believe in IP, so even
Right.
then I don't own them.
Okay, that seems in line with the nap. Would you agree, Kyle?
I'm not going to be buying the memes, but good luck to your business venture.
Kyle,
Actually, there is a whole
Memes are
folder
us.
for when I argue with minarchists.
That's good. Nice.
Dude, now
I have opened it in debates with you.
why don't you call it the Wagner files?
Wow,
The
that's
Wagner
good.
The
file.
Wagner file.
The
We got a
W
name.
files.
Yeah, we got a name.
There may be a few Wagner
Oh
memes.
shit!
in there.
Yeah.
The Wagner
The Wagner
files.
files.
So was this guy Quinn that was punching people in the back at Anarchapulco? Was he a attendee? Was he an ANCAP?
A speaker, in fact.
Oh, a speaker. So did anyone point out that these were NAP violations?
Not that I saw, at least
Nice,
not to his face, but that's kind of obvious.
Well, you would think, but
Well, I mean, didn't you say it was like a consensual fight though? Like Berwick was
With
hitting
Jeff,
him?
yes, but he was just kind of walking up and being aggressive with people.
yeah.
Okay.
So you would think that a speaker at this event, that more people would be like, "Hey, that's not cool, right?"
You would think so.
Yeah, strange situation there. So otherwise, how was the event? Did you have a good time?
As always, yeah, it was a blast. Anarchapulco is always the time of my life. And this time I brought Rachel, my girlfriend. I wasn't a speaker this year. I was a speaker last year.
Okay.
But I did rap this year. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Is
year,
it-
rapper.
Is it 3 days, or how long is
I
this
think
event?
officially
Wrap
the
your whacker
actual
before you attack
conference
her.
is 3 or 4 days. When they're having talks and stuff, and it's officially in Acapulco. But people usually get there a little earlier and leave a little later.
Okay, cool. Was Ron Paul there?
Yeah, he was there. I was talking with him this year and last year, actually.
Nice.
He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Rachel was ecstatic to meet him.
Yeah, he's a legend, man. So that's awesome.
Yep.
He's done more for freedom than probably anyone there. And that's saying a lot. There's a lot of hardcore freedom advocates there who do a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he probably got most of them into it.
Yeah, a substantial portion. Yeah. There is no speaker there who draws a crowd nearly as much as when Ron Paul does his talks.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you got
That's
probably
everywhere.
2,000 plus people in the room. Everybody goes to Ron Paul's talk.
Of course,
When I
yeah.
gave my talk, there might have been 200 people max.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I didn't realize
humble
it was
brag.
that well attended. So there were 2,000 people.
I'm
at
just
this?
guessing. I mean, we're talking a giant room packed.
Yeah.
It did look packed. I did see pictures.
Wow.
We talked. We kind of
saw the
dipped on it.
dots.
You know, last week. Yeah.
We dipped on it?
Yeah, we dipped on it. Just dip.
We just dipped our tip
Dip.
in?
Yeah, just the tip.
Just for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it sounds like a good time.
Wait, the dipping
The
or
dipping of the tip
or the
or just
Anarchapulco?
the Festival of
The
Anarchism?
festival.
It's life changing for a lot of people. You know, you
I
got
would
people
like to
doing
check it out.
ayahuasca ceremonies and stuff.
Okay, wait. How
would
much
like to
would it
check it out
take? How
someday.
much would it take? How much would the Kyle Wagner charge as a fee to speak at Anarchapulco?
Oh, I don't know, man.
We got to get you there.
No.
We call it Minarchapulco.
No, you know,
Yeah, you need to have your own Minarchapulco, dude.
I'm good. I'm good on all that. No,
like
no,
Mid
thank you.
Arkansas or something.
No. The only anarchist event I have been invited to was the one that Cal runs.
I have invited you to an Archapulco.
Oh, well, I appreciate
another good
that.
title.
But, you know, it's a big time commitment, and, you know, you have to pay for flights and
So
everything.
when
so.
they
You've
paid
got
man-
badge to slay, right?
No.
No.
No, I'm good. I have a girlfriend. So,
Oh boy.
yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't really be too interested in going to a place where, you know, I'm not very, not well liked, you know.
I
Yeah, I
gotta
mean,
tell you,
if someone going around fighting
Whatever.
Berwick, imagine what they're going to do to Kyle.
I gotta tell
No.
you, Kyle, I really do think that you would have a good time. You would be welcome with open arms. I do mean that. It's a very good vibe there.
Where's
A lot of
arms
great
wide
people there.
open?
Yeah.
People are generally, obviously, there's an exception or two, but generally, people are there on a good vibe. People
Yeah.
are there to have a good
you would
time.
you would
and to
definitely like
make
Pork
friends.
Fest, I think, Kyle. It's not, you know.
Oh, you haven't been?
No, I've not been to Pork Fest
It's
either.
not
Kyle,
necessarily
I think that you would-
anarchist. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Like, it's not like there. I think there are people that are minarchists. I mean,
Yeah,
there was
yeah,
a
they're
guy
definitely
from
minarchists there.
There was a guy from Reason that was there. Matt, was his name Matt Welsh?
Matt
Oh,
Welsh.
yeah.
Welsh.
He was there. He's a minarchist guy. I mean, I think you would like that one probably more.
Not everyone at Anarchapulco is an anarchist.
Oh, really?
For example, Lauren Southern has been there, and she seemed to have a great time.
Milo was there one year, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know if Milo has made the jump. I heard him talking about it with Jeff Berwick. He's definitely interested in anarcho-capitalism.
Yeah.
Judge Napolitano did a video in. This year was John McAfee.
Really?
Yeah, I
He's
could
in
see
it.
that.
Yeah, we all video
Yeah.
chatted with John McAfee.
He's not-
He's
he's not-
an interesting fellow.
I don't think he's allowed on land right now.
No, he's literally not.
On any land.
Any land. He'd be a buccaneer if he landed.
Actually, he is on land, but in an undisclosed location.
I actually stumbled across his dock in Exuma, the Bahamas. I was on vacation with my girlfriend, and we were
my
looking
God.
for a restaurant, and like we went to this little like beach bar, and there's a sign that says this is the home of, you know, former U.S. presidential candidate John McAfee.
That is fucking
it
hysterical.
I took a picture of the sign.
Please post a picture.
And
Wait, where
you
was
can
it
look it
again?
up. This was in Exuma, Bahamas.
Oh wow.
So you can actually look up.
weird that
look
that's
it up.
how
More
he
picture.
presents
You should have
himself.
posed in front of it. That would have been hilarious.
I don't think I posed in front of
Oh,
it,
you
but I
should've.
took a picture of the boat, which I
Missed
think was his
opportunity.
yacht. I think he was docked there, and you know, I wasn't gonna go knock on the door. Or
You got the
anything.
docks on that dock.
He'd
he
probably
was
shoot
docking
me.
in the dock.
I mean, the guy's crazier than hell.
You're at
but,
this boat Exxon.
Yeah, no, but it was very random. You know,
That sounds fucking
Sounds
hilarious. I would have to pose with that picture.
my girlfriend had no idea what I was so
Well, of
excited
course.
about.
Kyle,
you know, I
she's
was
a
like,
normie.
you don't even understand. Like
Yeah.
the coincidence of this is amazing.
Kyle, are you at all worried that you would maybe be the Nickelback of Anarchapulco?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just I'm good.
Okay.
Let me know how it is next year.
Maybe we'll Skype it.
I like the stories. I don't want
Yeah.
that Quinn guy punching me in the face.
So, Kyle, would you Skype in to do a speech?
Nap violator.
Would you Skype in to do a speech?
No, I don't know. Maybe. If
How much,
if
man? What's the
international
price?
superstar Jeff Berwick wanted me to, maybe, but probably not.
International superstar.
No
Is
price.
there anyone there you'd be down to debate? Debates draw crowds.
Yeah, I mean, I always have debates, anybody with people like online and video and in
Dude, what if
person.
you would do?
Yeah.
Okay, what if Larkin Rose would debate you at Anarchapulco? Would you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
I
Like,
will start a fundraiser.
No, it's
Go
not-
fund me. Do it.
God,
Get Kyle to Anarchapulco.
yeah.
And if you
I'm
win the
good.
debate, you can call
It would have to be
Anarchapulco.
like Larkin Rose. Yeah, it would have to be Larkin Rose.
Yeah,
It's-
I have argued with Larkin not quite a bit. He blocked me, but I have argued with him a little bit.
Oh my goodness, he
No.
blocked you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Man.
Anyway,
I was just debating with him the other day. We're having lunch.
I would think you guys would be on the same page
No,
about
we are.
everything.
No, we were just debating about like really abstract philosophical stuff.
Oh, okay.
Talking about objective morality and stuff.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. You guys ready for? Speaking of debates, the Democratic debate was this week.
That was a smooth
Yeah, did you
transition.
watch it?
Yeah.
Thank you. I did not watch it. No, so I have not much to contribute. But I heard that they all went after Bloomberg, and that he, you could see his inexperience on the national debate stage. He didn't fire back or respond as
Oh,
well
no,
as
he
he
had-
could
Well,
have.
he did have a zinger on Bernie. He called him out for being a socialist with 3 houses.
Yeah. Well, that's
That was the only clip I saw where he was
You know, I
where
think
he was doing anything, but
I think that a lot of people don't realize, but like in socialist countries, the ruling socialists take very good care of themselves,
sure.
right? You know, that was true of the Russian oligarchs and the socialists in Venezuela and in Cuba. Everywhere you have socialism, it's very much that ruling class does well. So,
Right.
you know,
Well, that's precisely why socialism is. One thing it's good at often is technology. Like you look at the Soviet Union, and they had a lot of advancements in the field of like space and weaponry and stuff. And it's for the same reason, because it concentrates wealth. It concentrates wealth to the ruling class. That allows them to have these extravagant mansions and do all this crazy technological shit. They can't really feed anyone, but
And none of that trickles down to the regular people
no,
because
not really.
they're driving like 19. I guess at that time, like 1930s cars.
Dude, they get the bread line though, dude.
Well, they do get sweet bread, dude.
Sweet bread, dude.
They get
Sweet
that
bread.
sourdough, dude.
it's
Yeah.
free too. I heard
sourdough.
free bread.
It's free.
Great.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
So none.
You
so,
got
okay.
you need a coupon or something, right? You get a ration.
Yeah.
I just feel like if
like
you
the
watch
company
one
store.
dumb debate, you watch them all. Like, but I did catch a few clips about like people just going hard on Bloomberg, just like crushing. This dude's worth
Bloomberg.
$68 million, and he's trying to take the
Is that all he's worth? No, he's worth.
$68 billion. Sorry,
Yeah.
and
Is he that? No, I didn't know he was worth that much.
That he'll
68
tell
billion.
you.
is-
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why every fucking channel I watch, dude, I'm trying to watch a hockey game, and there it is on the screen is Bloomberg's in the commercial every fucking break.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everywhere. We were at the Libertarian meeting the other night, and literally every other commercial was a Bloomberg commercial, and I looked up to check the score. It's so fucking ridiculous. He can pay for all this stuff. We talked about he paid for 2 drinks for every person that come to this brewery in Richmond, and that's where Cal Malina and his Liberate RVA people showed up and like got kicked out.
Oh,
for causing
yeah.
a scene.
I don't
was pretty
think
fucking
Cal
cool.
was the one that. So in case
Nope, he-
anybody didn't see the video, these guys like
Oh, he got
called him.
kicked out?
They call him a fascist.
Yeah,
They-
the one
they-
dude called him a fucking fascist.
Right, they start screaming that in the middle of his
Yeah.
speech or whatever, and they are kind of toward the back of the. Looked
Yeah.
like they were toward the back of the assembly. I didn't think it was Cal. Was
Cal
the one
wasn't
that
the one who said it, but Cal was with Cal Orchestra. I think
maybe
him
he was filming
and,
it or something.
Him and a few other guys, they got together and they went there, and they got in, they got their free drinks,
Yeah.
and then they pulled out their gun save lives stickers, and it was pretty fucking cool. Like they just started screaming like "fuck you, fascists," and all these fucking liberal boomers in the city started like hitting them and pushing them out. And then finally, like John and Cal just were like, "All right, cool, we're leaving too. We're getting kicked out too." So they started a huge "Gun Save Lives" chant as they walked out, and it was pretty fucking cool. So this just goes to show he could afford to buy 2 drinks for every single person who showed up at this brewery.
Yeah.
You know, and he's just and everything, and he's got so much money, like, and he's totally going the Donald Trump route. And I think what everyone in the mainstream media keeps saying that, oh well, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, they won this debate, they won it, like because they were able to strike back at Mike Bloomberg. But to me though, I think people are going to pay attention to what Mike Bloomberg said when like we said, he called out Bernie Sanders for having 3 fucking houses and being a socialist, like just the hypocrisy of it. And he said only in America. I think that's what he said. He's like only in America.
Yeah.
And it
was
true.
a pretty good zinger.
It's true. And Bloomberg's a fucking little shit. I mean he's just a bitch. Like, and I hate them both, but I mean that was a pretty awesome burn. I think that's going to resonate with a lot of people, the centrists, a lot of the voters. That's going to resonate with them more than all the rebuttals by Elizabeth Warren, who a few months ago would be on her knees sucking his dick to get money. Now she's doing this whole like I'm for the people. That's what she's doing now. And
I don't want to think about her sucking dick.
I don't either.
It's a bad image, man.
Yeah,
she did not do well in Nevada. So
no, none of it. Bernie's did well. What we're talking about here is Bernie, dude. He's been crushing it at all of these, and Pete Buttigieg stole Iowa, and it's ever since then. I think he just won Nevada, and he's gonna win. He's the front runner right now, and the DNC cannot let that happen. They're gonna buy him off some way or another, and I think Bloomberg they might start focusing all of their resources into Bloomberg because he has the money. He controls.
It is possible that the establishment
He controls the spice.
Yeah, and whoever controls the spice, when the spice production on Arrakis ceases, all eyes will turn to Arrakis.
Yeah,
I fucking love that movie.
I read the book. I was really into the Dune books.
You just out hipster me. All right,
dude.
cool. Thanks, Kyle.
Someone here can read.
Wow.
I didn't care for the movie. I thought it was kind of cheesy.
I love the movie. They're remaking it, right?
I don't know that.
Dune.
I heard that.
They're remaking Dune. Yeah, it's currently in production, I believe.
Wow.
All right.
I'm so stoked for that.
So I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah. It's possible that as Biden falters, the Democratic establishment will shift
All right,
to
dude, calm your
shift to
tits.
Bloomberg, right?
What's that?
They could dump Biden and switch
That's
to
what
Bloomberg.
that's what seems
Yeah.
like happening.
Biden's dead in the water, man. Warren's dead in the water. Even though the media is so desperately trying
Yeah,
to.
Bloomberg's kind of the
make her-
last hope for the establishment.
He is, but Bernie's winning. So what? I cannot wait. I'm so excited to see on how much he just bends over and takes it by the DNC.
Yeah.
Bernie?
Yeah, he's gonna. They're not gonna let him be the nominee. They will not let it.
I mean, they might be forced, like the GOP was forced to take Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. That's true. But I don't
There were
think
definitely
so.
threats by the GOP to use the whole superdelegate thing strategy to.
Well, I mean,
Who
yeah.
do you think
Take
who do you guys think would win, Bernie versus Trump? Who would win?
Trump.
God, I maybe Trump. I don't know.
Well, I think it's
I'm
a
so
toss-up.
torn.
You got a lot of Democrats that even if they don't like where Bernie's at or don't even really like him, they're going to vote for anybody. There's going to be a lot of support around whoever that nominee is to oppose Trump and get Trump out.
Yeah.
There's probably more anti-Trump sentiment than anything else.
But hey,
But you know,
guys,
I do think it's in the media's best interest for Trump to win.
In the media's,
The media and the establishment, and without the media support, it's hard for a candidate to win.
Yeah.
Because they control the information, they control the spice.
yeah, dude, they control the spice.
So I mean,
And we all know
now
what
it's going to
happens.
be weird if they suddenly turn. I don't think they're going to suddenly become pro-Trump
Yeah.
or anything. But if they don't lend Bernie their support, that's going to make it tougher for him to win. Like they did for Hillary, which ultimately failed, but they tried really hard to get Hillary elected.
Yeah.
I mean, she did win the popular vote, so they did have some impact there.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
without their assistance, it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be harder for Bernie to win. He'll have to win sheerly by this sort of groundswell grassroots movement that he has going for him.
Yeah. It's sort of interesting. You've got Trump as a nationalist and you've got Bernie as a socialist, right? So even though we could say neither of them are perfect nationalists or a perfect socialist, yeah, I guess Bernie's nationalism is not strong. Like I don't find it strong. He's not like
look at his
close the
look at his
borders.
yeah, he is though. Look at him talking about immigration. I mean, he's not like
build the wall.
he's not build the wall, but he is. Open. He said on an interview, he's like open borders. That's a Koch brothers policy. Like,
Oh, okay.
like he's
Yeah, he
very,
straight up said
very
that.
for because you can't, these socialists aren't dumb. They know that you can't sustain socialism if you have immigrants flooding into the country to use your system, right? They're aware of that.
That's
to
the
some
only
degree.
time they understand economics.
I didn't-
Exactly, but I'm just saying they know that that's not sustainable. So they've got to keep the borders at least somewhat tight.
So are you saying that Bernie's a national socialist?
yeah, yeah, I am.
I don't know. I've never really heard Bernie take a. I'm sure that you're right and that he is anti-immigration.
I'll send you this this link later if I remember.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
You know, and like they said that Medicare for all has really been resonating with people. They like that idea. I don't know. I think it's a warning sign to conservatives and libertarians that socialism's really gaining a lot of ground.
I think Bernie Sanders wants the wall to keep the billionaires in, you know.
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
So we can take all their money.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll just fly
Get
over
them
the
for
wall.
the first 8 months, stealing all their wealth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to
We
be
gotta turn on that
interesting.
printing machine.
But so speaking of this, also with Bernie, so of course the CIA already came out against Bernie. It got released a few days ago. It said CNN article said that the Bernie Sanders campaign has been notified by the CIA for possible Russian influence on their campaign.
So what are we saying now? That Russia is supporting both Trump and Bernie?
Well, so CNN just today released an article that was even more batshit fucking crazy, like them walking it back because they're a bunch of fucking idiots. And they're like, well, we don't want to make it sound like they're backing Bernie for president. They're just backing him for the Democratic nomination. Because they can deal, even though they said literally, I made a post about this. They're like, even though we have no proof of this, but we feel through our estimates that they feel Donald Trump is more of a reasonable person to deal with. So, but they want Bernie as the Democratic nominee, but they really want Trump to win the presidency.
I'm so confused. I thought
no shred of evidence given.
I thought the deep state hated Trump, right?
Well, they do. So this is an attempt.
I'm so confused
because they want Bernie because they want people to be like, wait, because all I do is I troll the Washington Post comment section.
Yeah, I know that's your
well
thing.
stated. And so so I switch my tactics now. So every single time they talk about Tulsi or Bernie or anyone else besides Warren or Buttplug or anything else, like I just immediately go to like they're Russian assets. That's all I say. Like I just like.
Oh, you're really trolling them.
Oh, yeah. So I said they're Russian assets. They need to be sent to Guantanamo for being Russian assets. And I go all in when I talk about this. So it's funny because I get a few likes and then I get a few laughs and then I get a few people like, you're right. Like all in bold too, like a bunch of these liberal boomers. But it makes sense because they want to muddy the water with Bernie. They got it. He won Nevada. And then, of course, this article comes out. Of course. Like, and that's what says it all. I mean, it says it all to me.
Well, he won Nevada in a landslide. It wasn't even close. It was 47%, and then Biden was 21%.
He's
So
gonna
do you think they might heart attack on him?
Well, they do. They already did, man. Think about it. He already had the heart attack.
And that punching bag?
Yep.
What was in that punching bag, dude?
It was controlled by the NSA, man. It punched him back. They're trying to kill Bernie. I think, honestly, though, my real opinion is eventually they're going to come to be like, hey, look, Bloomberg's got more money. He's our only fighting chance. Let him waste his money and try to go against Trump and see if this works as like a Hail Mary pass and be like, we'll buy you another house. You'll have a fourth house.
So
and you can write your book. We'll get you published.
Buy another summer camp.
Right, yeah. That's what he called it. He's like, as most people in Vermont, if you ask them, they all have a
summer camp.
A summer camp.
Like,
That's it.
damn, I got to move to Vermont.
Right, yeah. You get a free
Fucking
summer camp.
I'd read only like 2,000 Vermonters actually have a summer home.
Right.
They call
So
it
he
a
has
summer camp too. Like,
He has
what?
a-
Yeah, it
yeah.
was something weird. I was like, what the fuck?
What are you talking
And they don't have $1 million one either. He's got, I'm sure, very nice summer house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
but so now it's just so funny that they walked it back today and they're like, well, wait, maybe. And it was the most. Well, some person we talked to said this is ridiculous, but the other person said this was real. And, well, this person said this, so who knows? Could be a Russian. We don't know. Like, that was CNN's goal with this. It's just to muddy the people's waters. Like, oh, Russia. I can't vote for him. He's associated with Russia. Like, that's
with
all.
Bernie?
Yeah, Bernie. That's all
I
they're
don't
trying
know.
to do. It's so clear and transparent in my mind.
Seems like they're just throwing something at a wall and see if
Yeah.
it sticks.
And,
I don't
it's
think
sticking.
you think so?
But
I
I mean,
got- I get
is
enough
it really
likes in my
sticking?
comments.
Is it really sticking with his supporters though? People that is anybody that's planning on voting and going out
did
to
you-
vote for Bernie going
did
to be
you
like,
guys
I
hear-
don't know. He might be a Russian
Chris
asset.
Matthews called him, or someone called him
Yeah,
a
but
bunch
Chris
of brown
Matthews
shirts.
is a part of the establishment.
He called Bernie Sanders supporters a bunch of online brown shirts.
Yeah.
Like that's what he said. Or I might have been. I don't.
But you're not
Someone else
getting
said
my point.
No,
Is like
I
these
agree
people
with you.
aren't voting for Bernie anyways.
True.
I mean,
but
maybe if he's the nominee.
But they're influencing a lot of center people who are weary about being called socialist and voting for socialist. They're swaying. They're trying to sway them into saying vote for butt plug and.
Okay. Question: who do you think the establishment would choose out of Trump and Bernie?
Trump right now. Trump.
Trump is an industry for these people. I mean, Trump, you can pump out like 30 articles a day just with like his latest tweet. As much as they would deny it, if you ask them to their face, I mean, he's like their bread and butter. They want him in there.
Yeah. We got any
They
bread and
fucking
butter?
want
I'm
him in there.
starving.
Well,
Wow, dude.
We got any bread and butter?
Calm
it
down.
Wait. He might have some butter. You love the keto, right?
Yeah,
So,
I can
he's
have
got
all the
some
butter.
ghee,
I have
dude.
just sat and
He's
eaten
got-
butter.
I've literally watched videos of you just dumping butter and stuff, so it's making me
I
hungry.
don't
now.
remember recording that, but I have just eaten butter.
I don't know, maybe it was on the ketotarian. Are you in ketotarians?
I am in ketotarian.
Yeah, I'm in ketotarians too. And it's just like, god damn, these
Do you like
people
my
love their
bacon?
butter. Right.
you eat the bacon's like raw or something
Not
like that.
raw, warmed.
Warm,
Not
slightly
Any
warm.
parasites would be dead. Okay, when I order bacon at a restaurant, I'm using words like flaccid, limp. The word I say it should be as close as you can get it to a health code violation.
Wow.
I
Sounds
should
like
be
my
able to
sex
wrap the
life.
bacon around
Hi-yo.
a fork.
You say flaccid to the in
That's how
the
I like it.
Wow.
That is
I
what
like
she
that
said.
flaccid meat.
Yeah. Don't we all?
All right.
I sent bacon back not long ago at a Waffle House because it wasn't flaccid enough.
Came back with some spit, I guarantee you.
It broke. It
Dude,
shouldn't
the
be
last
able
thing
to
I
break.
would want to eat is undercooked bacon at a Waffle House. Sounds like a recipe for fucking the hospital.
Dude. Anyone got
They
any
never
waffles?
understand what I'm trying to get when I go to Waffle House. I load the. It's
I
like
feel
they're rationing the bacon and eggs. I don't want 2 strips of bacon and no. Give me a mountain of bacon and eggs.
It's like the
on a
Ron
plate.
Swanson.
That is a
you know.
Ron
I spent
Swanson.
$50 at Waffle House just getting the bacon and eggs that I wanted.
Jesus.
That's a Ron Swanson, man.
He
Give
says
me.
all
I don't think
the
you understand what I said, son. I want all the bacon and eggs.
I think what you heard was,
Yeah.
give me a lot. That's not what I said. I said, give me all.
God bless Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss that character.
Dude, what are you doing back there? Is that the auto blow?
No, the audible is safe. My beer might
Jesus.
not be. So let's check.
Phil, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I know what I was gonna say. So I'm disappointed that in the
Pray to God it's not leaking.
in the Trump Bernie and race, libertarians, we don't really have a candidate. Our top candidate is like this guy with a boot on his head.
No, he's
Like,
not.
It would
not
be
the top
really
candidate.
nice to have like a Ron Paul type guy
You
to
do.
support and get behind.
You
in
do.
this
What about Mr.
presidential election.
Hornenberger?
Hello, Hornberger, Jake the Snake, bro.
I don't know if it's just me or if I don't know if he's just not visible enough to me.
It's because you're not looking, bro.
Maybe it's because I'm not looking, but
Yeah.
Everyone says that, man. I'm getting so sick of it. Like, that's what Mark Whitney, his main competitor, I guess, self-proclaimed main competitor, even though he's gotten last place. He's gotten less votes than Noda, I think, in some of these straw polls that are coming out. He's just a bloviating douchebag, and I don't know. Apparently, he has now some type of appeal. I guess it's because he's solely going after Jacob Hornberger, but there's just a lot of drama there. But Hornberger, I mean, if you just listen to him talk, everyone's like, he's boring. Have you heard his speech? Have you heard anyone of his speeches? I don't think you have, because, he just straight goes off like bam, 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 like Ron Paul. Now, he has a little southern twang to his voice. I guess that might discourage a lot of people. People hear it and they're like, oh.
well, I'll have to
Even
listen.
me, like, I listen to it and I'm like, okay, he's got kind of the southern style of talking.
Yeah.
But, his message is on point. Like,
Yeah.
and he got even fiery. So Mark Whitney is this guy. I've never heard of him. Have you guys ever heard of Mark Whitney? I haven't. Apparently he's
Not
a comedian.
until like a few days ago.
Exactly. And I think that's by design. And so he's gone so hard because the LPF convention, Libertarian Party of Florida convention, just happened this past few days. Our guy Davey from Burning Boots was putting it on. And so Mark Whitney was told, hey, we're going to do a live stream. Just don't cuss. Like, we just don't want people cussing on our live stream. We want to hear people get the ideas out there. Simple request. Everyone was like, oh, okay, cool. Even Vermin was cool with it. Not Mark. He goes, this is fucking bullshit, and this is fucking suppression of speech, and I'm fine, I'll do it, but every word I want to say fuck, I'm going to replace it with Jacob. This is Jacobing bullshit. Rah, rah, rah. And like,
Wow.
Weird.
He's just such a clown. This dude came out of nowhere, and he had this one video. He was just unhinged, and so he started cussing again in his live stream, and people were like, started booing him. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're just such a clown show. This guy came out of nowhere, and I haven't heard him talk about libertarianism at all.
Why are we talking about him now? Is he doing well or something?
No.
Oh.
He's only.
Well,
he's
then
only
who cares?
Exactly. He's getting named by just trashing Jacob Hornberger. Like,
Yeah.
he's trying to sell a book. That's all he's trying to do. Yeah, his book for $3. He's selling people like, hey, this is who I am. This is how I came to liberty. Buy it for $3. Apparently,
Support
he's
my campaign.
Right. That's all he's trying to do.
The LP needs to have some limits on who's allowed to kind of get the stage and get the microphone. I mean, you can't be a Johnny come lately and just be an
You
asshole.
want rules against headgear, don't you, dude?
I don't
No,
know, but it's like you look at like the Republican and Democrat
Or
debates.
boots.
It's like they have
No boots.
criteria. They have criteria. You got to meet a certain threshold. You can't just be some joker, you know.
What would this threshold be for you? How would you delineate who does and doesn't get the mic?
That's a good question. I mean, for the LP, I don't know. So I don't have a good answer for that other than just polls or I don't know.
The thing about that is your consent is not required.
Yeah, I know.
Personally, I think it's cool that pretty much anybody can join.
I mean, you get then you get people that are just not serious. They're just there to disrupt the process.
Okay, so like just don't vote for them. I mean, I understand. Maybe you.
Why should you give them a
eventually?
podium?
Eventually, you definitely want to narrow it down to people who have at least like a certain percentage.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, maybe early on, but this thing's been going on for a while. Like,
they do it in the
I don't think
Democratic Party.
I don't think you can just come in and be. Your purpose is just to make a joke out of the whole thing and get a podium and get a time to speak. Personally,
I'm more concerned about like people coming in like at the convention who, you know what I mean, like coming in late. I'd be more concerned about that.
yeah. All right. Well, it sounds like this guy's an ass, but
like wasn't Weld the last time around? Didn't he just come in at the convention?
I don't know. But he was not the presidential nominee. He was a VP choice,
Right.
which is gets a lot less attention and a lot less. It's not nearly as prominent. So I think he's running against Trump, right? I think is that over and done with now, or he got like 8% in New
Well,
Hampshire.
Well, yeah.
he's still
I mean,
trucking, bro. He's out there trying to.
Still going?
Yeah. He still got all that LP money he stole.
I think they canceled the Nevada Republican caucus. I'm just like, why bother?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck is the point?
Yeah.
I mean, who is it? It's what, Weld and that Joe Walsh guy?
I don't
Joe Walsh.
I don't
What a
know.
joke.
Yeah, but
Not the cool dead one.
even I just feel like the Democratic Socialists are doing really well. Bernie's doing well. AOC's doing well, and Libertarians, we got nothing going on. Like we're not in the running or not in the races for even local offices, not primaries.
That's because you won't run, man.
We just have. It just seems like I can't. The LP doesn't have ballot access in Maryland,
We will.
We
It's
will.
gonna happen,
but
man.
it just is like
It was a hiccup.
I don't know, man. They got all the momentum, and we just seem to have really faltered.
Who got all the momentum?
Democratic Socialists or progressives, whatever you want to call them.
Well, I mean, it's hard because it's hard to get that momentum because I mean, you do need somebody like a Ron Paul that can get up there and preach the message,
Like a Kyle Wagner.
like a Kyle Wagner, but also, it's easier for the Democratic Socialists because they can just promise people free shit. Meanwhile,
know,
we
but-
get up here and we tell uncomfortable truths about, it's not as easy as just giving people money because it makes them, dependent on the system and
It's like that meme with it's like the two lines. The one guy's got like uncomfortable truths
Yeah.
and nobody's in line, and then the other one's like free shit or
yeah.
comforting lies or something.
Yeah,
Everybody's
exactly.
in that line.
Right.
People love their free shit.
And it's always been socialism has always been able to do that, to appeal to like young people and appeal to people who are just like unhappy.
You
And
don't have
people-
money who want.
Right.
Yeah, it is. It's it offers a handout,
Right.
and that's very appealing to people that have nothing.
Or even just, even to be more generous, just to say, like, people that want sort of a revolution tend to, a complete upheaval of the current system.
People
often,
that see that there's something fundamentally wrong and
Right.
needs to change and just
right.
don't know. Like,
but unfortunately,
economics
they
and stuff.
tend to go to the socialism thing because maybe it's because we haven't been, that good at, because I mean, anarcho-capitalism has only been around for what, like 40 years, right? And then like minarchism, I mean, limited government. I mean, these are principles that have been around for a while, but it's not as like, when you think about revolution, you think about all these different socialist revolutions that have happened, and so people don't equate like systemic upheaval with libertarianism, even though they should, but they don't. So that's kind of what we're up against here. So yeah, you do need somebody like a Ron Paul that can get on a podium like that and speak truth to power like that, but it's hard to do.
Here in Maryland, I a few months ago had to go do something at the MVA, the Maryland's DMV, and they made me register to vote. They told me I have to.
Really?
Yeah. And so it gave me options on a screen for party to register with. I think I wound up just selecting independent or something. But the options it gave me were Republican, Democrat, and not Libertarian, something called Bread and Roses.
Bread and Roses.
I had
That's
never
the-
heard of this before.
Yeah, they're like the Democratic
one has.
Socialist Party.
Oh, yeah, the word Marxist is on their website.
Yeah.
Someone they had a big donor of some sort. They got on the I don't know. It was one guy who really heavily influenced that.
Really?
Yeah.
They got 10,000 signatures and got ballot access. At the same time, the Libertarian and Green parties in the last election, their gubernatorial candidates
So
did
bizarre.
not get 1%. So they both got kicked off the ballot, and Bread and Roses got on. So
But Bread and Roses is going to have to get 1%.
Dude, you got Bread and Roses
that's
right in front of you, bro.
Or they have to go.
Kyle. That's Bread and
um,
Roses right there, right?
Yeah, this is something Alex
We've
dropped
talked
off.
about it the past 3 weeks.
Yeah. Why is that still here? Why is it?
It's
kindling
not.
at
It's
this
not.
point?
It's not Bread and Roses though. This guy's a Democratic candidate, and this is this Greater Baltimore Democratic Socialists of America endorsed.
Can I vote for
Oh.
the dog?
Yeah, I guess
the
if you
dog's
want.
probably got better
Dog.
economic
Were you gonna-
policies.
we gonna-
Elected mayor in like Alaska or something?
I don't know.
Oh no, I think it was.
Her name is Sarah Palin, okay? Be respectful.
No, yeah, there was a town. Yeah,
I've had that thought from like, as an anarchist, what if there were
think it was
another
a
political
dog.
party, just the animal party, and we
Yeah.
just, as much as possible, where possible, like local elections and stuff, just vote animals in. They won't fix anything, but it's damage control.
They
They
won't
won't
hurt
screw
anything,
anything
yeah.
up either. It just kind of pauses.
Do you see
I like
these
that.
animals like attending the sessions? You know, would they?
why can't they?
I don't care if they.
You just
Yeah,
gotta.
fine.
They have a handler.
So somebody walks them
They
in.
have a nonpartisan handler that just walks them to the debate.
The Maryland
Ooh.
General
Or to the session.
Assembly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Imagine
A
if you could
horse?
just
Is that a
have.
horse?
I'm just saying. I'm just narrating how it would sound in session, man.
Why would a?
Meh.
I could see a puppy beating both like Trump and Bloomberg.
Oh yeah.
I don't see that happening.
But
But
I could see Bloomberg beating a puppy.
yeah.
Wow.
Ooh. Yeah. So we're gonna get two. It's gonna be two New York billionaires
Right. Oh,
who
God.
who aren't
Want it so bad. He's
philosophically.
already called him Mini
I
Mike.
just- I don't-
He's already called him Mini Mike.
Who's that?
Mike Bloomberg. Donald Trump was already calling him Mini Mike.
He's talked about his nicknames.
it's hilarious.
How tall is
Well,
Bloomberg?
he's
a
like
small fella?
5'6", 5'7", something like
Yeah.
that.
It's really funny how. This it's all theater, right? Because I mean, there's a picture
Oh,
that
yeah.
you posted going around, which
Oh, yeah.
has like the Friends logo, and
The
it's
friends,
got
yeah.
it's got Trump, Bloomberg, Bill Clinton, and who was the other one? It was someone else.
Epstein.
No, he was taking the picture probably. It doesn't matter. But anyways, these are all three people that are now like mortal enemies, right?
Yeah, but in the picture they're all best
in the
buds.
picture, they're best buds. They're on a golf course. They're holding golf clubs.
Yeah, I posted that
You
on
know.
our page.
Yeah. It's just funny. It's all just political theater.
Giuliani
It's
was
all,
the fourth.
Giuliani, yeah.
Giuliani was the fourth.
Oh, yeah.
bro.
Which I guess he's still a Trump bro, but probably not friends with the other two. But yeah, I don't know. It's just hilarious to see.
That's generally true across the board. Even in the context of like international warfare, the political rulers have more in common with each other than with their constituents.
True. Yeah.
So what's this music thing about? Music
Oh yeah.
copyright?
So Derek, also from the Burning Boots podcast, sent in a suggestion for a topic of discussion, which is there's a video which I can post in the show notes. But basically, this guy was able to produce with some software that he wrote, some code that he wrote, basically every melody possible, right? In MIDI format. So it took up, I think, several terabytes, which isn't really that much in the grand scheme of things. And so his idea was to copyright this, because all you have to do is put stuff down to hardware, to paper, to whatever, and you basically can claim copyright on it. So technically, he's copyrighted every possible melody, every possible song out there. But his idea wasn't to make money off of this. It was to, at least I think, to prevent, or at least show that how copyright's kind of stupid, right? I mean, at least that's what I take away from it. I mean, it's like if you can just copyright everything, and no one else can then claim copyright thereafter just because you generated it with a computer program, it kind of shows IP for what it is. It's kind of a farce, right?
Kyle,
yeah,
Kyle, you're kind of like an IP person, right? You're like a fan of it, or
yeah.
yeah. So
I
how do you
think,
feel about
like,
this? Because I mean, he's doing everything legally, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it seems kind of stupid to me, but like,
I mean, but
if
he
you
owns
think
all the
about it-
songs now, technically, right?
Yeah, technically, but like a lot of these songs, they use the same chords. If you play guitar, like so many songs use the same 4 chords, or and a lot of songs have the same even rhythm or tune behind it, and you just kind of don't notice that 4 of your favorite songs all kind of sound the same in the background. So
Right. There have been lawsuits. There was one. It was like that Robin Thicke song from like 5 or 6 years ago, and it was who sued him? It was like,
Oh, isn't that the song that like started playing automatically when I would go to your MySpace page?
yeah, dude, that was the one.
yeah, I don't know. I just
He was sued by like, I don't know, James Brown's estate or some shit like that.
if I'm a judge, I'm gonna go. You're trying to shortcut the spirit of this law and trying to just come up with these midis or whatever to get all these tunes. Like I'd be like, you're a
Sounded like a
cornball.
boomer, dude.
These
middies.
whatever it is. These copyrights are invalid, and you're not getting any money. That would be my ruling. Like this
But
guy's
that's the
trying
ruling,
to
but
find a loophole, or just trying to use technology to cheat the
Kyle,
system.
don't you always say the poop hole is a loophole?
But that's part of the demonstration.
I don't think I've ever
obviously
said
it's
that.
not going to hold up in court. Obviously, it's not going to hold up in court, but it's demonstrating that by the law, by the letter of the law, maybe not the spirit of the law,
Yeah.
the letter of the law, just having written this stuff with the, regardless of whether it was with the aid of a computer, he now owns the copyright. Doesn't that sort of just call into question the general law itself? Don't you think?
I don't
Like,
know.
do you think that somebody should be able to copyright a melody that they just wrote? Let's say they wrote it without a computer. They just sat in their basement and just wrote a melody, and they're like, I own this melody now.
Well, I typically I usually use books as an example. You wrote the book, and then somebody else is just going to take your cover off and put their cover on and say they wrote the book when you spent hundreds of hours in that creative effort. So, can I take that and translate that to a melody? Maybe. I don't know. I remember like The Verve is one good example where a Bittersweet Symphony, they had that catchy riff through the song, and I think they took it from.
No, dude, nobody listened to that shit, dude.
I think it was the Rolling Stones or
Yeah.
something like that, and they actually had to pay a significant.
Oh yeah, they lost
percentage.
they lost like all their money.
yeah, of the
Yeah,
revenues.
they got fucked on that.
Mm-hmm.
But all they did was sample like the
That little riff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You don't think
Vanilla,
there's something like perverted about that?
Vanilla Ice, I think it was too. What
Oh,
was
yeah.
his like that?
But
And
his
then-
goes down instead of up.
Yeah, he's like mine's got that little ting at the end. You hear that? That little ting? It's not the same. It's
Wait,
not the
Kyle.
same.
So as far as writing a book and then somebody else takes the exact same thing, puts their cover on it, says it's theirs, and then sells that, you don't actually need IP to combat that. As far as libertarianism is concerned, that can just be a matter of fraud.
Right.
You're selling something under false pretenses.
All right.
So that particular
Yeah, like
area
if somebody
can be
takes,
mitigated.
Right, like if someone takes Harry Potter, right, they rip off the cover and they put like Harry Pooter, right? And they start selling it as Harry Pooter with the same. You can call that fraud. I mean, that's
Harry
what they do.
Pootang.
That's what they do in China.
Harry Pussy.
Harry Pussy. But yeah,
Didn't sell as many copies as the original.
I
but-
think I might sell way more if you were a Harry Pussy.
There are, by the way, non-IP solutions, like consistent with the non-aggression principle and stuff, to solve some of those kind of problems. Like for another example would be, you can have when you sell something, be it a device, be it a book, whatever, you can have as part of the sale an agreement that you won't reproduce and sell it yourself.
Right.
You can also, so personally, I'm working on several inventions. I'm writing a book. I've made music. One thing I'm looking at doing, and people have done as far as inventions, is in lieu of patents. Not saying I won't get them. I want to make sure no one else does. But in lieu of patents, basically you can secure market share ahead of time with contracts with major distributors. And yeah, somebody might be able to make an off-brand version somewhere else. Right. But if, for example, I'm selling a device that might be available at Rite Aid, and on Amazon, I can have contract with Rite Aid and Amazon that they'll only sell my version if they want to sell my version.
Right. So yeah, there's ways around it without just saying like you can own like non-scarce concepts, Which I mean, even Mises. What was Mises's position on IP?
I think it was vague. I think he kind of like said, "Hey, here's the reason or the argument for, and here's the argument against." And I know Bettina Greaves, who was like his personal secretary, wrote an article in Fee trying to decipher his actual position on it. But he did talk. One of the pros was he was talking about, rewarding the person who put in the effort to create the thing, and also incentivizing the inventor rather than incentivizing the copier. Because if you can just copy whatever someone invented, why not wait for someone else to do the invention and then you rip it off?
Right. Well, that's sort of what that's what he's saying.
There's
other ways to do
first
that.
to market. You don't have those contracts. But yes, you can profit. And if somebody wants to take the stuff that I have created and themselves profit some, I don't think they'll make as much as I will, but that's fine. I don't need a monopoly. I'm not owed a monopoly.
I mean, and is there any? And I'm sure like Kinsella's talked about this or answered this question, but I mean, IP's only been around for what, like 100, 150 years, maybe.
I'm not sure.
And it's not like nothing was like invented, 1,000 years ago, 500 years ago. I mean, obviously the Industrial Revolution was a big hockey stick up, but I don't know if that was because of IP so much as just like certain discoveries allowed it to just shoot up.
Did they fight over the light bulb? I feel like that would.
Well,
have
that's
been
the
an
thing.
invention.
Edison was able to basically, I mean, and this is a disputed story or whatever, but apparently he was able to like steal in quotation marks, or take advantage of the work of Tesla because he patented Tesla's shit.
Oh.
And Tesla like failed to patent it or whatever, and so he basically used the system against what it's supposed to be for, which is like the original inventor is supposed to be the one who like has control.
Yeah.
But instead he, and I don't know enough about the history.
And also like a lot of Edison's patents were like really discovered by people that worked for him.
Okay.
And then Edison was just the guy to patent it.
Right.
Whereas, nowadays you've got like a lot of people working for corporations, like discovering shit, and the corporation patents it.
Yeah, but I mean, I work for a
coronavirus.
software company, and anything that I create on my software company's dime, they own. And I signed that contract when I joined the company. It's anything that I create using their stuff that's for them. I don't get to like go off and sell that to somebody else, but that's like in the contract.
Yeah, you
like-
understand that agreement.
Yeah,
Like,
I understand. The
It's like
agreement, and
if you,
also
if
says-
you signed a
resource is
contract
property.
that
Right.
I was your pimp.
What's that?
If you signed a contract that I was your pimp, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I would have like exclusive rights to your butthole.
What about for pooping? Just in
Only
No,
the,
just
only
the
going
in way.
in.
No, just
Anything coming
entries,
out's
just entries,
fine.
not
Just
exits.
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the in
Good,
part.
because I need to poop.
That's even though it's an
Actually,
outhole.
Rothbard has a whole article about that. Actually, I think it's a chapter from was it
buttholes?
Man Economy and
About
State, or maybe the Ethics of Liberty. No, just
Probably
property
Ethics
rights
of
and the
Liberty,
theory of
if I had to take a
contracts.
guess.
Alienability of property. You cannot even voluntarily give somebody else a binding claim to your own body because it's inseparable from executive control of your will. You are stuck with self-ownership. It's the only kind of ownership you can't give
Well,
someone
then
else.
how do pimps exist?
Prostitution is a service. It's the service being sold. You're
Right.
not selling your body to someone else. You're selling access to it. You're selling use of it, and you can quit at any time.
I'm just
It's not
saying-
binding on you.
I'm just saying,
Badge.
Kyle protects his women's.
Yeah, Kyle's a
Yeah,
ruthless
he's got
pimp. He's a ruthless pimp.
he's got baby powder that he keeps around with him.
Again, though, their consent is not required.
Their consent is not required.
All right, so I think we're going to take this on over to the After Hours
let's do it.
program. If you hit us up over at patreon.com/punkrocklibertarians and contribute a minimum of $1 per month, you will help keep the electricity on in Anarchy Basement, and you will gain access to our After Hours program. We also have T-shirts at libertariancountry.com. If you type in the code PRL or the code PRL podcast, you'll receive a 10% discount. Until next time, live free.
Or die.